each and every week with these trainings. You know, for those of you that are new, this training is not about any one specific product. It's not about email domination or inbox inner circle or ambassador program or any of that. This is it's called the Success Connection, and this is something I put together quite a while ago, about 3 years ago, specifically for my students to help take you along the journey of building your business and doing something that works with any and every program that we have. So we have lots of software, lots of courses, lots of programs, but this training and what we teach you here completely free on the Success Connection gives you businesses, and in those businesses you can apply the auto engage software and the mobile opt-in software and the build redirect software and the email marketing that you learn and all those things. So you can apply anything that you've got, any courses and any software we have can be applied to these businesses, right? So if you're brand new, I just like to always clear that up. There's always new people on here each and every week, and so it's really, really awesome. Look, if you are excited about tonight's training, please post in our Facebook group right now. Some of you may not be members of the Facebook group. We'll give you access to that a little bit later. But for those of you that are members of the Facebook group, go on, tell everybody that you're live on the Success Connection and make sure that they join us. So just hammer the Facebook group. We should see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of posts here telling people to join us. A lot of people will get blocked out of the actual webinar, but they'll be able to watch it on Facebook Live or YouTube or something like that, wherever we're streaming this, so that they'll be able to at least see what we've got going on here and what we're doing on the Success Connection tonight. So super, super excited. Listen, guys, we have been talking, let me pull up my notes. We have been talking about, let me just kind of shrink this down. We've been talking about this particular funnel right here. Okay? So we've kind of been talking about and building a business, okay, that's allowing you to sell a product through a webinar. Now, if you're brand new, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do webinars. Don't worry, you're on the Success Connection. This is where we do pretty much everything for you. Last week, I actually went ahead and I gave everybody this and this, okay, which would be the registration page and the thank you page for the event, which I'll show you guys in just a second. And then tonight, I'm going to actually give you the event page, okay, and then what we call a replay page. So I'm going to draw this out for you, okay, because I want you guys to really, really, truly understand. You can see kind of where I said this is what's happening next week. I want you to truly understand this funnel, and I want you to understand how to use it. I want you to understand exactly what we're doing. Can everybody see my screen fine now? Just go ahead and say yes if you can. All right, just say yes if you can see my screen just fine. All right, very good. Want to make sure. So there might be a slight delay occasionally. That's just because my internet is always kind of slow here. But let's look at the webinar. Okay, so we'll write this out. Webinar funnel. All right, so let's take a look at the webinar funnel. And tonight, guys, we will try to wrap things up. Fairly quickly, within an hour. I'm going to try to make these weekly trainings a little bit shorter as we're building these funnels so you can really stay focused, okay? So this is the webinar funnel. The main selling point, or the biggest reason for this, is you can sell a higher ticket product, okay? And that basically means you can make more money, all right? So that basically means you can make more money. Who doesn't want to make more money? So that's why this ends up being a really good deal. All right, so the first thing that you're going to have is, as always, you have traffic that comes in to your funnel, okay? And the very first thing that they go to now is what we call a webinar registration page, okay? So this webinar registration page allows people to input their name, their email, and then they select a date and a time, okay? So they select a date and a time to watch the webinar. So that's how this becomes a little bit different, okay? Slightly different than the normal funnel, all right? So let me just show you. I'm gonna actually do this in real time. I'm gonna show you that webinar registration funnel. So this is the webinar registration page that we built for you guys. We gave this to you last week. If you're new tonight, we'll give this to you again tonight. Don't worry. I always catch you up. You never miss out on anything. All right. So what you'll see is this is the full page built out, and these are called auto webinars, which means they happen every 15 minutes. All right. So every 15 minutes, a new webinar starts. That way it doesn't matter when a person lands on this page. There's going to be a brand new webinar event starting just like magic, right? It's literally automated every 15 minutes. All right. When they click this register button, it brings up their basically, like I said, their name, their email address, and then they can select what they want to register for. Do they want to register for an event on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or do they want to go in and watch yesterday's broadcast? So it kind of lets them know that, hey, you could watch this right now if you want to, right? So that's the options that they have. Now you can edit these options, and we'll kind of talk through that once we get the funnel built out and once we really have the full business booming and ready to rock and roll, okay? So this is the webinar registration page, all right? So again, auto webinar, really, really cool. And I already gave you this page, already built out, and we're gonna give you another one and give you access to this one again. All right, so once somebody registers, all right, now what they go to is they go to basically the countdown page. This is also called the thank you page, okay? So this is also kind of called, it's what we would typically in a normal funnel call a thank you page, but now this is called a countdown page. Typically it's kind of divided up. It's got some content over here, and it's got the webinar info over here. It normally has a timer that's counting down to the event, and then it's like got the event link right here. And then this little spot over here, okay, this little spot over here, we normally, oops, I don't have that extra line there. This little spot over here, okay, we usually call this a money maker, okay, because this is where we can add in some type of element, okay, to make money while somebody waits for their webinar to start. So let's take a quick look. What have we done? Let me pull this off of here. What have we done? So here's our webinar countdown page. Of course, we built this for you, all right, and here it sits. Now, you can see that we have some information about the webinar. We have the countdown timer for when the webinar is going to start, okay? We have the ticket information for the, for the webinar, which if you actually registered for this, it would give you the link to join the webinar here. And then it says, would you like to prepare properly for the training? And we offer them a copy of the 8-Figure Funnel Formula book, which you get to sell. It's yours completely free. Okay, if you don't have this book right now, don't worry, I'll give it to you tonight for free. You can sell it, you keep all the money, right? That's what this is really all about. It's not about me taking any of the money from you or anything like that. So so you'll be able to keep and get all of the money that you make from this book. You can actually sell it for whatever you want, right? Okay, this is a money maker. This is designed to generate revenue before the event even starts. Now, I talked about last week, okay, and I always tell that stuff in there. I always like to talk about this, and that is that if someone buys here, okay, so if someone says yes to the book, all right, to the book or whatever it is that you want to sell, it increases the percent chance that they will buy on the webinar, okay? And we call this really the step method. It's more, the more steps that you take in the door, the more committed you are. How many of you understand that? Just say yes. I know there's some people that are new and they're like, oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, well, of course, the more steps you take, okay, the more committed you really are to the process. So if you spend a couple of dollars, whether it's $3, $4, $5, whatever the case may be, this can be a really, really, really big money maker for you when you start to break the numbers down. And let me just give you some of those numbers. We're running Facebook ads, okay, right now, and we're generating a webinar registration at about $8 each, okay? So we're getting people to basically go from, from this page right here over to this page right here. And it's costing us about $8, all right? But on our countdown page, we call it a sale. So our countdown sales, all right? We're averaging about $3.20 each. So does everybody see how we've reduced our cost? We've reduced our cost by almost 50%. So if we can reduce our cost by almost 50%, we can make way more money on our webinar, because look, after this, what happens is people go over here and they go to the webinar room. All right, and this is where, this is where the webinar plays. All right, so this is where the webinar actually happens. All right, it's basically costing me about $4 and some change to get people over here. And then, of course, when they buy, they can buy at $997 or they can buy at $1,497. You'll get to choose, okay? So we're building this out for you, which means we're going to give you the product, we're going to give you the emails, we're going to give you the funnel. I mean, we're literally giving you every single piece of the entire puzzle. Does everybody understand that? Just say yes if that's you. So if you're new, and you're thinking, this is great, Anthony, I can't wait to do this. This is going to be an awesome business. This is an awesome funnel. I'm going to make great money from this. But wait a minute. What in the world am I going to sell for $997? Don't you even worry. We got you covered on that. We always do. We're giving you something to sell, building it for you, and giving it to you, obviously completely free and at no cost to you. So let's take a look at the webinar room. So we built out the webinar room, which is, of course, in this funnel. All right, and this is what the webinar room looks like. Let's put it here. All right, so this is what the webinar room looks like. Now, you'll notice that I went ahead and built you guys the 7-figure email formula logo. Well, actually, I didn't build that. Ricky did. So it's the 7-figure email formula. That's the program and the training that you'll be selling. Now, mind you, we're building that for you. We're giving it to you completely free, okay? And we're setting it up so that the webinar will play right here on this page. And these buttons right here will allow you to sell the product for whatever you want. Now, I've suggested $997 or a flexible payment plan of 3 payments of $397. How many of you feel like that's a pretty good price for the training that you haven't even seen yet, but that you know I'm going to deliver for you? And again, it won't have my name anywhere on it. It's not going to help me any. It's not going to build my business any. This is 100% about you. But, I mean, how many of you feel good knowing you can make $997? Just say yes. All right, I see lots and lots and lots of yeses. What's great about this is, what we will do is, once we put the webinar video in here, okay, which I'm going to record for you. So I'm going to record it just like you're seeing this webinar right now, you know, just like you're here with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my computer on. I'm going to record a sales presentation for you for the 7-figure email formula, okay? It's going to play right here on this screen. And then these buttons right here will not show up, okay, until we make the offer to join the 7-figure email formula. When we do, the buttons will automatically be timed. They'll show up, and they'll give people access for $997 or 3 payments of $397. Now, we don't always do flexible payment plans on our products. And truth be told, you can do this for whatever you want. You can charge $1,497 here. You can charge $2,000. You cannot have 3 payments. You can have 4 payments, or you can have only just the option to do 1 payment. You get to choose. And that's what's great about this particular business, is that you do get to choose what you do with it, right? How many of you like that? Just say yes. And I also want to take just a second to and by the way, you're all going to get this page tonight. So this page will be designed and added to that funnel for you tonight. At the end of the webinar, I will give you this at no cost, right? And we use kind of some of the design that ClickFunnels has, but then we go in and we change it up, skin it, style it to make it look like what we want and what we know converts really well for us when we run auto webinars. But one of the things that is super, super important about this is to remember that you have full control over your business. And what I'm doing is outlining and giving you an entire funnel. I mean, if you look at this particular process, I mean, I gave you, you know, I gave you this page last week, and I gave you this page last week, and then this week you're getting this page, and there's one more page that we're giving you up to the funnel. We're giving you a full business, okay? The business requires basically a sales funnel, a back-end sales process, and then a product, right? It requires a product that you're selling. We're giving you the whole thing. So you can choose what prices you want to use, what prices you don't want to use. You can do what you want with it, is basically what I'm saying. You're not stuck with, you know, doing exactly what I say. So you can make all the edits and all the changes and all the updates and all the cool stuff that you want. And I'm more than happy to help you with any of that kind of stuff, because I want you to see, look, I love building these businesses for you. And that's what we do on the Success Connection. If you join us live, you get access to all kinds of cool stuff for free. I mean, these are things where I see people spending $7,000 and $8,000 to have people build this type of sequence for them, and it's by people that have never even done a webinar, right? Let alone you know, someone who's done plenty of them. So there's tons of value in it, but you can also change it and make it your own. Okay, so please always remember that. Now, when you look at the funnel here, you're going to have the funnel kind of splits right here. Okay, so it's going to kind of split into different buckets, if you will, so different places. You're going to have your non-attendees, okay, and then you're going, and maybe I can just write it out so that, because I mean, I use lingo that maybe you guys don't normally use. So you're going to have the people that did not attend, and then you're going to have people that did attend. Okay, so that's the first, kind of the first bucket, right? Of the people that did attend, you're going to have no buy. You're going to have people that did not buy. Okay, so you're going to have no buy, and then you're going to have people that did buy. Okay, so the funnel kind of splits out at this point, because either people did attend or they didn't attend, right? So here's what we do. We take all of the people, okay? So all of the people that did not attend, okay? All the people that did not attend, and all the people that did attend but did not buy, okay? We make this little arrow pointing out like this. And where do we send them? We send them to a webinar replay page. Boom. And it has the webinar that's playing here on the page. So the reason we do that is there's a lot of people that will join a webinar, okay, and they don't buy right out of the gate. They have to determine that they do want to buy, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Okay, very good. Very, very good. I see lots of yeses. So it's like with anything else in life. The more you see it, the more opportunity that you may actually buy it, you know? Okay, so we got lots and lots of opportunity here that we want to fulfill for people. But these auto webinars truly do take place at a certain time. Like if you register for this webinar at 3 o'clock on Friday, if you come at 7 o'clock on Saturday, it's not there anymore. So we have to create what we call a webinar replay page, which we've done. Here's the replay room for you. Let me just kind of pull this out. Now, we have skinned this for you, okay, so that it looks and it matches our 7-figure email formula. Now, you will always want to limit the time on your webinar replay. How many of you feel like sometimes when I say, oh my gosh, guys, there's this awesome product and you're going to love it, but you have to buy it in the next 30 minutes in order to get it. How many of you sometimes are just like, oh my God, Anthony, you suck. Why are you doing that? Right. I mean, every once in a while when we sell something, you know, we do limit it for a specific amount of time. Well, here's the reason. If you do not give people a reason to make a decision, then a lot of times what happens is we procrastinate. How many of you have procrastinated at some point in your life. Just say yes if that's you. I don't even need to look at the chat box. I already know, if you're being honest, that there's lots of yeses. Look, we all procrastinate. That's just human nature. So what these limited time replays are all about is when you put that timer on there, it truly will close the page when the webinar replay time is up. So if it says it's available for you for the next 6 hours, if you come back in 7 hours, the page will not load. It'll say, sorry, webinar replay is closed. So what this does is it gives you a true closing of your offer. Okay? True closing of your offer. All right. Very good. I see lots of people, I see lots of people saying that makes sense. This is where you will pick up a lot of sales. In fact, for the most part, okay, you will do about, and you can kind of take these numbers, write them down, and, you know, kind of, this should be kind of a benchmark. About 70% of your sales, okay, will be done right here in the webinar room. But you will pick up another 30% of your sales, okay, from the replay room, okay? So 30% more sales come from this replay room. Now, if you're doing the math and doing the numbers, all right, let's just take a case study here. We'll just make a case study, all right? And we'll, you know, we will keep this case study kind of to generic terms. But no matter how you get your traffic, if you do something like, say, solo ads, you're going to get traffic and webinar registrations way cheaper than, you know, than $8. Normally, it's going to cost you for a webinar registration, okay, it's going to cost somewhere around $2 to get somebody to register for your webinar. Even with, like, say, a solo ad at 50 cents, 1 out of 4, so 25% is going to take, you know, is probably going to be the number. All right, your countdown page usually, now mind you, this is big picture. This is me saying it once you dial everything in. All right, your countdown page, depending on what you're selling, like let's say you're selling a $10 book, or let's say you're selling a $5 book. I've given you guys the 8-figure funnel formula. I've given you the Inboxer Academy. Both of those things, you know, it's like there's tons and tons of opportunity there for you to make money using the products and the programs and the things that I've got, right, that we've already given you. But let's just stay on the countdown page. You can make back $1 per user. All right, so per person that shows up. Your real cost, so your real cost is going to be $1 to get someone on the webinar. Okay, so if your real cost is $1 to get somebody on the webinar, all right, now you've got this webinar that's going. Okay, so you've got this webinar that's going. You've got this video that's playing. Okay, so it's your webinar, and let's just say you drive 1,000 people there. All right, your cost at that point would be $1,000 to put 1,000 people on this webinar. If your product is $997, okay, you need one sale to break even. Literally one sale. And you don't even need to convert at 1%, right? Like, you could literally convert at, I mean, like, the math on that is like 0.1%, right? Normally, on a webinar like this, our conversion rate, okay, is somewhere between 3 and 15%. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, wait a minute, Anthony. How in the world can the conversion rate be so different? How could it be so, I mean, 3% and 15%? Like, that's nuts, right? That's a huge margin. Well, I can tell you right now, with solo ads, okay, you're probably going to get closer to the 3% mark, right? With Facebook ads, you're going to get somewhere between the 3% and maybe even 6% mark. But again, it depends on your marketing, right? It depends on your ads, right? You see what I'm saying? It depends on who's doing it. Now, let's say you do a JV, okay? A JV promo. You're probably going to be closer to that 10 to 15% mark. And that's because it's basically referral traffic, right? So let's say that a bunch of you start building your lists and you've got relationships, which is what matters here, relationships. Okay, so this is because of the relationship, you're going to get more sales. For instance, if I were to bring somebody onto this webinar right now on the Success Connection and I said, guys, this is the best product on planet Earth. You all need to buy it. How many of you would probably say yes to it? Just say yes in the chat box for me. I already see tons of yeses. Here's why. I've built this relationship with you. So you know that I'm not going to lie to you. You know that I'm not going to tell you that you need something that you don't need. You know that I'm not going to sell you something just to make $1. Like, there's no need in me doing that, right? You know that I over-deliver. I give you tons of value on these webinars. I build you businesses. I give you stuff all the time. There's no way in the world that you could think that I would promote somebody's webinar just to make $1, right? There has to be something more to it. There has to be a reason for it. So that relationship will increase the conversion rate on your webinar. So what you guys should be really looking at, and what nobody will actually tell you, is that these are the numbers, okay, that you really should be looking more at for your marketing. But look, even in this scenario, that would still give us 3 to 6 sales. That would be between $3,000 and $6,000, okay? And our cost was only $1,000. So our profit would be somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000 on 1,000 visitors or 1,000 people watching this webinar. How many of you feel like that makes sense? Just say yes. All right, very good. Now, here's the great thing. Once you start up a webinar, okay, once this is done, once we built this funnel, you guys realize that literally the only thing you even have to worry with is this. Like, that's your only job, is get traffic into your funnel, because the funnel's already built for you. Now, over in here, like over in this area, there's going to be lots of automation emails, okay? Which basically what we're going to do is next week, I'm going to give you those emails, but I'm not going to just give them to you. I'm going to actually install them into the funnel, because what's great about using ClickFunnels is, check this out. All of these automations are built in. So we've got automations for people that missed the webinar, for people that attended but didn't see the offer, but saw the offer and didn't purchase. And so what we're able to do is we're able to go in here and build out these, you might call it all the emails. Like, here's all the emails for people that are that registered for your event. So what I'm going to do is go in and write these emails for you so that next week when you get this webinar funnel, you'll literally have all of the emails done for you. So now the funnel is built. The funnel is built. The sales part is built. They register. They go to the countdown page and wait for the webinar. They watch the webinar. Then if they don't buy or they miss the webinar, boom, they go to the replay room, right? Now, beyond that, there are some other pages to this funnel that we'll be giving you, like the actual order form page, the thank you page after they order. You know, there's a few things that you won't have, but you'll get them all, of course. Tonight, I'm going to make sure that you get this webinar room, and I'm going to make sure you get the webinar replay room. You already have, and if you are new, you'll get the countdown page and the webinar registration page. And look, guys, the only thing left, okay, outside of this is obviously if somebody buys. So whenever somebody, buys like this, we've got to send them to a members area to access their course, right, with all the videos. So we'll build this. So we build this. So I'm actually going to build the members area for you and everything. So you're going to have an entire business 100% done when we're finished with this. There's no difference to it. There's no, you know, like it just is what it is. You're going to have a full business already done. And there's a lot of things that you can do if you want to kind of customize that business. We talked about this last week. We talked about how you could customize. So this was the opt-in page that I gave you guys last week. Okay. So this is the page that I provided for you. Now I downloaded, or I didn't download, I went to a few of the pages that I saw people create, and I wanted to give you guys my take on these, because some of you will want to build your own pages, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to take a look at a page here that was built by, let's see, looks like I made notes who built this. Brian built this. Okay, so you can look at the difference in Brian's page. Okay, so the difference in Brian's page and my page. So there's my page, here's Brian's page. Not a whole lot of difference in terms of how it's set up, how it's looked. Here's what you'll find in the training, all that stuff. What Brian really did was, Brian went in and changed this background. So one of the notes that I want you guys to make, if you look at this and you look at this, one of the notes I want you to make, okay, for your registration pages, is that it needs to look professional. Okay, remember that you are now a sales organization. Okay, you are a bigger than life person. You are the online marketing expert. You are the email marketer, right? I'm not saying that this background is bad. What I'm saying is you don't usually see trees and stuff like that on highly successful, really high converting pages. Usually you see something very basic like this. That is just what we have seen work best, okay? So just figured I would point it out to you, because I like to give you as much information as I can. I like to critique things without obviously offending anybody, hopefully. But it's my job to help you, right? Now, Brian also changed his presenter to Susan Lee, and to a female. It's my experience that unfortunately there are not that many females in this industry. However, the ones that are tend to be trusted more, probably because you're less likely to have ever been scammed by a girl in this industry selling you a course on how to learn how to do marketing, because guess what? There really aren't any. And so it does let people let their guard down a little bit when they see a female doing the presentation. Feel free. One of the things that's important, though, Brian, is to note that we can't change this to a girl unless you plan to have a girl re-record the webinar, right? I am a man, and my voice, I believe, sounds like a man's voice. And ultimately, when they register for this webinar, they're going to be going to a webinar that I'm doing for you. And I don't think that I'll sound like a Susan, right? So just some things to keep in mind, things to think about. This is the thank you page, okay? Again, if you look at this, this is kind of where they sell the, they sell the book, the countdown page. I mean, you really don't ever see pink used in something like this. It makes it really hard to read all of this stuff, right? So like when you compare that to what I've got, which is right here, where everything looks very professional, very easily to read, very well laid out, this starts to look a little bit different, right? So just my opinions, but I think my opinions probably do count for something, since I have done this a good bit. So that's my critique. Stay away from an image of a road and trees and all that stuff when you're trying to register somebody for a webinar. This was Ed did this page, which I like better than I like mine, to be honest with you. This is the you've registered page. So if you look at mine, it's got you've registered, it's got the the timer and all that, but his has the book. Oops, sorry about that. Well, My computer's going crazy. His has the book laid out in a much better way than mine does, okay? So mine, let's see if I can pull mine out. I think I might have accidentally copied it. Oh, there we go. Mine has the book down here, so you have to kind of keep scrolling to see it, whereas Ed's looks like this. So this is a much better thing. I built mine while we were live on the webinar last week, and so I didn't take the time to do 2 columns and kind of properly set it up. But you can see you don't really have to scroll to see the free book. And whereas on mine, you know, it's not like you really have to scroll, but you do in order to see the order button. So I try to give you guys the idea and then let you kind of make it your own. I really like this. So pay attention to that, and you can kind of customize what you have. And then there's another one that was built that that David and Maria built, and I like this. But I also want you to take note of a couple things. Okay. First of all, they have the reserve my spot button up here, which still allows you to do all of the reserving of your spot, right, without scrolling. Then they also have it down here where it's embedded into the page. You don't have to actually click the button to see it. I like that. That's a really good option. The only thing that I would say for David and Maria is when you're doing a picture like this, make sure that it's very visible, right? Like you guys look squished in here, right? And so you maybe just put one of you in there, or if you're going to do both, maybe put one of you here and one of you on the right-hand side, so that it's very easy to see, right? I also love this. David has done something in here, which I loaded your page earlier today, but where it actually has the time. Now he's got his set for every 20 minutes. And so David's got a little script in here that that pulls the time up. Now my computer time is my computer stays on like some very odd time zone for our CRM. So I really don't know what this actually means. I don't know what time zone you have it set in, but this is a very good little thing because it shows what time the webinar is going to start and it refreshes. So David, this is an awesome script. You'll love. Now, David built this little logo before we built anything. So before we built our logo. So of course, David can go back and use this logo and this kind of styling on this page. But I really like this. I mean, it's email basics, email strategies, email automation about your presenter. I like this page, and my goal is always to buy you guys the best pages and give you the best pages. I really don't dislike this. A lot of times less is more on these pages, so simplicity kind of sells. This has a lot more on it than the normal page, but it might work really well. And then this is the thank you page, kind of the you've been registered. Wait before you show up. So it's got a really cool little spot down here where you can link to buy the book. And of course, it's got your event ticket and all these things. So I like this. How many of you like this page right now and would like for me to buy this for you? All right, I see some yeses. Of course, I always see yeses. All right. So David and Maria, I'll buy this one from you guys for $100 and give this to everybody. So if you could get with Nick, I know you guys, we bought stuff from you before. So if you could get with Nick, I'll buy this from you. And then next week, I will give everybody this funnel, so that they have multiple funnels here to run your webinar. Because look, guys, at the end of the day, you can run people straight into this registration page, or you can run them straight to this registration page. And you can use both, right? Ultimately, they're all going to go to the same webinar, watch the same webinar, and buy the same product. And that's what's so great about webinars is it does allow you to really and truly test so many different cool things to get more people in the webinar. And that's what this is really all about, right? Like what David and Maria and their webinar registration page is all about. It's all about reducing the cost to get somebody on the webinar. And it works out really well. So I think this is going to be really, really awesome. So next week, here's what I'm going to do. All right, next week, number one, I'm going to give you David and Maria's webinar funnel. I'm going to give that to you free. It's a $100 value. Well, I mean, it's probably worth more than that, but I'm paying them $100. I'm going to give you that completely free. I'm also going to give you all the emails for your funnel. And those emails are going to be set up for you. So you're not even going to have to load them like you usually do. I'm just going to give them to you. I'm also going to give you the order page and thank you page for 7-figure email secrets. Okay, so for the 7-figure email secrets. Now, you can obviously, look, you can change this up to call it whatever you want, the 7-figure email formula, the 7-figure email secrets. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Our logo says formula, so I'll stick with formula. But I'm going to basically give you the order form, okay, for that. So 7-figure email formula. All right, so this is what we're going to give you next week when you attend the webinar live. You're going to get all of this next week. Now, let me kind of lay out for you guys what's going to be happening over the next little bit. Okay, so let's pull this down and let's look at the next few weeks. So the next few weeks. This is why you don't want to miss. Let me change that to where it's a little bit bigger. This is why you don't want to miss the Success Connection anymore in the next few weeks. And give me just a second. I'll give you guys all these pages completely free. In the next few weeks, we're going to give you the 7-figure formula. It's the 7-figure email formula product. Okay, that's the whole training. Okay, that you can sell for $997 or $497 or $1,500. We're giving you that product. It's going to be your product. It's not going to be our product. It's your product. You do it what you want. You'll make as much money as you possibly can. We're going to give you the PowerPoint for the webinar. That way, if you want to record it yourself, you can. We're going to give you the webinar video. That way, the webinar is already there to do the sales for you. You don't have to do anything else at all because it will already be done for you. Okay? So, boom, 100% done for you, ready to rock and roll, everything done. And then we'll talk about back-end marketing, meaning how can we make more money from our leads that have gone through our webinar. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes if it does. Okay. I see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of yeses. These are the things that are coming up. But next week, obviously, this is what we're going to be doing. Now, this week, I am happy to give you guys all this completely free. You might have noticed inside of your Morrison Education members area here that we've got some new courses that we're coming out with very soon. Back-End Academy, Webinar Formula, and Course Launch Academy. So these are 3 courses that we will be releasing. And next week, possibly next week, I'll give you guys an early bird link, not to get these courses, but to get information when they are released. The 8-figure or the Back-End Academy is literally going to be a step-by-step, like, here is how I have built out my multi-million-dollar back-end for my businesses. Webinar Formula is going to be how to build and launch your own webinar business, which a lot of you guys are learning right now. And then Course Launch Academy is going to show you how to pre-launch an entire course. So how to create a course and then pre-launch that course so that you know that there's sales waiting for you right when you release it. So really, really cool stuff that's going to be coming up. I encourage you guys to go into your Morrison Education members area, look around, there's some free courses in here. Make sure that you that you watch the Success Connection replays. They're all listed right in here. There's so much in there that you can crush it with. There's people killing it with our ambassador program right now. So if you're not a member of that, maybe check it out. But just train yourself to log in here to your Morrison Education members area each week. And I truly think that that's going to help you have more success. All right. So with that said, let's talk about getting you guys these free funnels. All right. let me first tell you to write this website address down. Some of you already have this, others of you do not. Write down this website address right here, go.vsc.com/funnel. All right, go.vsc.com/funnel. I'm going to give you a password, okay, for this funnel or for this page in just a second. And I'm also going to announce a $500 cash giveaway, sorry, that's happening tonight. $500 cash giveaway happening tonight. And you didn't even know it. So let's first talk about this. This page right here, all right? So this page is probably one of the pages that you will always want to visit. This is our Success Connection Student Resource Center, okay? Down through here, you'll find all of the funnels that we've ever given away. The 8-figure funnel formula book. Remember I told you guys you could sell that book on that page and get paid? Well, here's the book funnel. Here's the book itself. You can download these. You get them completely free. Everything on this page is free for you. This is an entire business selling a book, 8-figure funnel formula. This is an entire business selling a membership program, which again, you can get completely free, all right? Like 100%, sorry, 100% free. And this can be downloaded with all of these links. And then you've got the 7-figure email strategies. You can tell, but I can't determine if I'm going to call it strategies or if I'm going to call it a formula or a secret. I think we're going to go with formula. So since Ricky made the logo with that, but 7-figure email strategies. So this is this funnel. There's a link right here that I'm going to update in just a second. And when I update it, if you click that link, it's going to download this entire funnel into your account. What that means is you will get the registration page, the countdown page, the broadcast room, and the replay room. All of these will show up in your account literally within seconds, okay? If you did download this last week, you will want to download it again this week in order to now take advantage of the broadcast room and the webinar replay room, which are in the same funnel, okay? So all I did was update this funnel. Now you can re-download it and get the updates, all right? If you do not have ClickFunnels, there is a link right here, okay? There's a link right here that will allow you to get ClickFunnels for free. This is a free trial to ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is this software over here that we use to build all of our businesses in. I don't own ClickFunnels. I simply use ClickFunnels. It works great, and it's literally just the best resource, best tool, best that I've ever seen, right? And I think most everybody would agree. So in order for me to build this stuff out and give it to you, in order for me to give you this funnel right here that David and Maria built so that you have a second registration page and countdown page for your webinar, right? So in order for you to get this funnel, you've got to have ClickFunnels. That's what allows us to share our funnels and to be able to share with each other, okay? You can get ClickFunnels right here by going to the free trial, all right? So there's a free trial link right here. You click it, you can get ClickFunnels. You can set up an account in just a few minutes, okay? And then once you set your account up, you log in, you can come down here and you can download all of these funnels and get yourself 100% caught up. I mean, literally, you'll get this business, which we're building out. You'll get this business, which is already done, so that's 2 businesses. You'll get this business, which is the 3rd business. And then you'll get this business, which is a 4th business for solo ads. And then these are different funnels for free books, members areas. I mean, guys, there's so much value just here on this page that it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And you get it all completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. We never charge you for this. All you have to do is come to this page before midnight tonight, okay? At midnight tonight, these links will quit working. This page will be pointless until next week. We do that so that we can keep people from stealing all of our links and giving stuff away when they shouldn't be doing that, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. All right. Now remember, this is the link that you need to write down. It's go.vsc.com/funnel. That will take you to this page. How can you win $500, you might say? Very, very easy for me to tell you how to do this. 2 things that you got to do. Number 1, subscribe to our Facebook alerts. If you click this button, it'll send you a message on Facebook instantly. You just reply and say yes. That will subscribe you to our Facebook alerts. Step number 2, you go to our Facebook fan page, which is listed right here, go.bsc.com/Facebook, and you leave some comments. We're streaming this live on Facebook right now. All you got to do is leave some comments, press the like button and the share button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 2 winners, and I'm going to send a Facebook message to everybody with the winners' names. So how do you win? First things first, you got to subscribe to our Facebook alerts. And the second thing is you've got to go to our Facebook fan page and leave us a comment on how do you like the Success Connection? Have you enjoyed it, right? You've got to click the like button and the share button on our streaming webinar from tonight. So of course, when we end, it won't be streaming anymore. But it'll still be up there. Okay. So is everybody clear on how you can win $500? Within the next hour, I will be sending out that Facebook message. So that means, actually, there's no reason to wait for an hour. Within the next 15 minutes, I'll do that. All right. So something that you want to do if you want a chance to win $500, I'm going to randomly select some people, and then I'm going to Facebook message alert. And of course, if your name is in it, you'll need to reply to me. That way I know that you actually are on my Facebook alerts list, and then you'll get paid the $500. Does that sound good, everybody? Just say yes. Very, very cool. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me give you the password for this page. So the password for tonight, which I thought was very fitting. So let me pull this down. The password for this page tonight, thought it was fitting, is replay. All right. So the password is replay. So if you want to get access to these funnels, all right, all you've got to do is go to go.bsc.com/funnel, type in the password replay. When you do, you'll land right here on this page. You put the password in. First thing you want to do, subscribe to Facebook alerts. Second thing, activate your free trial of ClickFunnels if you don't have it. It's completely free right now, so you can use it for 2 full weeks, get an entire business built, and then determine if you love it or hate it or whatever the case may be. I don't think anybody ever cancels ClickFunnels, but nevertheless, you have the opportunity to. And then scroll on down here, okay? You might want to go in and get your Inboxer Academy, and you might want to get your 8-figure funnel formula businesses downloaded tonight. But the main thing we want you to download is the 7-figure email strategies funnel assets. You click this download button right here, and when you do, it will automatically give you this entire funnel right here. You'll get this entire business into your account. It'll automatically show up in your account. It'll only take seconds, okay, to be able to get it once you click this button. But of course, you do have to log in to your Facebook account first. So I'm going to be very clear on that. You do have to actually, you have to log into your ClickFunnels account before you click the download button. And it'll just automatically put it in there. There's no tech stuff involved or anything like that. So it's super, super simple. So guys, next week we have a phenomenal training. We're only a few weeks away from wrapping this auto webinar business up, and you being able to click a button, drive traffic to this funnel, and start generating, I don't know, $1,000 or even $2,000 sales. Nobody on the planet does stuff like this for you, but my goal is to exceed all expectations, to go above and beyond, and to do the best that I possibly can to put you in a position to make real money. I've got friends that are making $1 million a month. I want you to stop and think about that. $1 million a month doing this. I'm not selling you anything, so I can give you an earnings claim because I'm not asking you to spend any money. I'm not saying buy this from me. I'm just saying, look, in my experience, I've seen people make tons of money doing this. Do I think you're going to make $1 million? Hell no, right? But do I think you can make $2,000, $3,000, $5,000? Yeah, I think a lot of people can do that. I think that's very doable because you're dealing with higher price points. You're dealing with a product that costs more money. And so I want you to dial in on this. I want you to spend some time focusing on this. I want you to go to Facebook right now and make a comment on our live stream and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to crush it, right? All right. I want you to make sure that you have ClickFunnels and that you have this funnel installed so that next week I can give you David and Maria's funnel completely free. So that next week I can give you the funnel with all the emails already done for you. Again, completely free. So that we can start to really build yourself an awesome business. And once we start to tie all these together, the free book business, the free membership business, the webinar business, and we tie them all together and we create that back-end synergy, that's when revenue just explodes, right? So I've had this master plan for a long time. If you're brand new on here tonight, congratulations. You picked a great time to pop in on the Success Connection. My suggestion to you is to never miss another one, right? Do not miss the Success Connection, because we are on a mission that is going to have so many people crushing it online before the end of the year that it is unfreaking believable, because we're building it all for you. We're putting it all together and we're handing it to you saying, here's how we run our business. Now you go run yours. And I think it's going to be really, really awesome. So with that said, guys, listen, a couple of quick things to remind you of. You can go to go.bsc.com/Facebook. That's my Facebook fan page. You should see this webinar that we've done tonight streaming on there, and or of course, like when we wrap things up tonight, it'll still be showing there. All you got to do, leave me some comments, like and share, and then make sure that on this page you subscribe to our Facebook alerts. When you subscribe to our Facebook alerts and you have commented on here, you can win $500 tonight. That's really cool. That's really awesome. It's just my way of kind of energizing everybody to leave some comments and let me know what you think. You can also join our Facebook group. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you need to be. There's over 13,000 of us in there, right, that can help each other. So all you got to do is go to go.bsc.com/group, click a little like button or a join button, I'm sorry, and then answer the questions. There's 2 questions that we ask. If you don't answer them, you won't get approved. You have to actually answer them with real answers. That way we know that you're a real person and not a spammer that's going to bother people. So you go to go.bsc.com/group, and that will allow you to join our group. And then, of course, tonight you want to go straight to this page, go.bsc.com/funnel, password replay. First thing you want to do, subscribe to Facebook alerts. Second thing you want to do, get ClickFunnels if you don't already have it. Don't procrastinate. That's what kills success. Once you've got ClickFunnels, go ahead and get all these funnels right here downloaded tonight, again, before midnight, and make sure you have the 7-figure email strategies funnel downloaded, boom, right there, and you will be ready to rock and roll for next Thursday. So listen, guys, I told you I keep it to about an hour. I know I'm a little bit over, but I do my best to try to give you guys little mini steps to the process so that we can crush it together and make big, big money. So I'm super, super excited about this. I want to thank you for being here. I hope you have a great weekend, a safe weekend, a fun weekend, and a productive weekend. I hope that you do a little bit of something this weekend that other people aren't doing. Focus a little bit on your business. And if you treat your business well, your business will treat you well. So make sure that you attend next week when we give away, basically set up all the automated emails that turn this business into a machine. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. Leave me comments on Facebook, guys. I'm going to be going there looking for them right now as soon as we wrap things up. I want to see that you guys are excited, and I want you to excite other people, because the best thing we could do is excite other people to give them the opportunity to join in on what we're doing. Not that we're charging any money for it, but just to be able to join and do what we're doing as a group would be such a valuable moment for so many people. Such a life-changing experience for people who maybe aren't in a position where they have somebody teaching them like this, or where they have somebody giving them assets like this, or where they have 13,000 other people that are willing to help them. Let's help those people. Let's reach those people. We can do it. There's power in numbers. All you got to do is be willing to go to my Facebook page and just blow the comments section up, tell everybody how awesome it is, and I guarantee you people are going to take notice, and then they're going to come join the Success Connection, and we're going to help more people. With that said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you get ClickFunnels. Make sure you get this funnel. And, of course, go.bsc.com/funnel, password replay. And I'll see you all next week right here, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.